the crowd looks to cheer on their Golden State Warriors. With Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, this is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines tonight, Allie LaForce. Last game for the Hawks, it was a loss to Denver. Such a wide open look. We know these two teams rack up the assists. Greg, they pride themselves on playing unselfish basketball.
Yeah, both sides preach player and ball movement, getting everyone involved. It makes both teams that much more difficult to defend.
And here's George. After the three-pointer from Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Lays it up off the glass. SGA's got 5 now.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Williams for 3. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Defensively, you do not want to allow Williams to heat up from out there.
And slam dunk by SGA.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Okay, it's taking them a moment to find their rhythm, opening the game with some uneven 1-for-4 shooting.
And that's another basket for them. They have really come out blazing here in the first.
Pass to George. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
In GA, the Hawks going young, trying to build a sustainable model for success.
Yeah, most of the starters not yet scratching their prime, so there's going to be some growing pains, but they're showing plenty of promise.
Driving the lane. Holland, no good. To the inside. Back to SGA. Here's the screen. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
And there's the drive. And the dunk by SGA.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
It also allows them to play inside out, which will make them even more difficult to defend.
Well, he is looking confident. We love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you, guys. Derek Lively uses his mobility to his advantage. He said, quote, "I like to turn the game into a track meet because I can't out-muscle anybody. But I can definitely get around people, I can outrun them, and I have to be able to use my stamina and energy to get up and down as much as I can." Kevin?
Smart approach. Allie, as always, we appreciate your reporting. Warriors leading by 12. To the paint. It's hauled in by George. And so George will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Inside. Malawach. And the layup's good off the glass.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
From downtown, and Trey Murphy gets the 3. He's got 8.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Driving to the basket. And it's Carrington missing. and George gets it to go. George has got his third basket of the night right there.
And developing that three-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
Some nice passing by Golden State. 6 to shoot. Pass to Şengün. And Şengün throws it down.
Punishing the rim right there. Şengün.
Here's George. Driving in. Count that as his fourth basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
And he has been on fire this quarter in terms of his scoring. Hopefully that fire spreads to his other guys and they can rally.
Here's Malawat. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. The Warriors shooting their first free throw of the evening. And the free throw, no good. Picked him clean. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Warriors ahead, leading by 14. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, we've seen the Warriors really take control here.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
In this league, it is so hard scoring in the half court, so you have to run every time you get the opportunity.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Like a fierce two-hander. Pass to Rizachet. Offline with his three. Warriors leading by 16. Well, Richard, you had an interesting view of the start of the Warriors dynasty.
Yeah, I was very, very blessed to be a part of that Steph, Clay, and Draymond's first playoff run back in 2013. Matter of fact, some of the Warrior fans are still mad at me for some missed free throws. But I was 90 years old. Let it go.
Not afraid to make tough shots. Fears is a grinder.
So, Greg, talking about Jeremiah Fears for a second here. Both he and his brother, Jeremy Jr., played college basketball at the same time during the 24-25 season.
Clearly, this sport runs in their family. Jeremiah's fearlessness and competitive spirit have made him an enticing prospect. And I'm sure the test he owes that, at least partially, to Jeremy.
SGA double team. Fires for three. It's good for his 8th consecutive basket in only 8 tries. Wow.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
And he's made his mark on offense especially. They got to be thankful he's on their squad.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Fears.
Oh, my goodness.
Man.
I just love the energy and heart this young man Fears plays with.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here he goes. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. Well, you often hear that the skill level in the league has never been higher, Greg, and some say this is the peak of the game. What do you think?
And I'll tell you this, Kevin, I'm not complaining. If the league can improve upon this, the sky is really the limit.
Through the net again. He's done that 10 times tonight, and he's only needed 11 shots to get there.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
Drives to the hoop. And, Greg, you might not be surprised to hear this, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander comes from a family of athletes.
Yeah, I mean, his mother was a sprinter in the 400 meters representing Antigua and Bermuda in the 92 Summer Games in Barcelona. Impressive.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. And the game getting more spread out. Do you think RJ will ever see an NBA 4-point line?
I doubt it, but I guess you never know. I personally don't think it's a good idea. I think the game needs tweaks, not changes.
All sorts of time. Strother, no good.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And taking a look back at his performance at the line a year ago, rock solid, 79%.
SGA on the wing. He's got 23. Count that one.
And he has flat out taken over this quarter. Keep feeding the beast.
There's Williams. The Hawks again can't hit.
Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
To the middle. Here's Newell. Pass to Malawach. Launches a 3. That shot, no good. The Hawks trail by 20. Here's Fears. Off on the layup.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break of mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
A nice shot by Fears. Fears has got 11 points.
And even though they're down, it's not on him. He's been lights out on offense for them this quarter especially.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
An unpredictable guard. Fears is solid at realizing when he should look to dish.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And the Hawks making a change here. Warriors leading by 18. Left side, SGA. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And moving with such speed, the quickness of SGA's drive, something to admire.
George, no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Fires the 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
And after connecting twice from deep in the first quarter, he hasn't been able to drain another here in the second.
Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
And it's SGA missing. The Hawks trail by 18. And it's George again missing. Now, here's SGA. Oh, and the buzzer beat is good.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
That's the play that pumps up the whole team, and they'll try to carry that energy into the next period.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. The Warriors on top, delivering the blowout. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. And when this game is done with, they'll be off to Los Angeles, taking on the Lakers. In the midst of a 4-game road trip right now. That'll be game number 3.
Name a type of shot. Keontae George can hit it. More than capable of scoring at all 3 levels.
Warriors leading by 18. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Golden State moving the ball around. From deep. Drops in the tray. SGA's got 34.
He's been dominant all game long. Nobody on the floor can stop him. And look, let's just say he knows it.
Fires from way outside. Rebound by the Hawks. Williams, that's for two. Kept alive. It's good on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Back to Şengün. Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Williams.
Just strength from the big man Şengün, pushing through the contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Greg, you're looking out for Şengün. He's one of the best combinations of force and finesse in the NBA.
And you wonder how he fell to the 16th pick in the 2021 draft. You saw the numbers he was putting up as a 19-year-old in Turkey. Pretty clear he should have gone higher.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher. And coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll.
Pass to Williams. It's rebounded by Şengün.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
The Hawks trip by 20. Nobody.
And welcome to Noche Latina, an NBA celebration of Latin heritage. We're proud to bring it to you here at 2K Sports. Here alongside Tim Legler and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson with Ali LaForce joining us courtside. You take a look at the Warriors.
Make no mistake, these teams have very little love for one another.
A time-honored tradition, the NBA on 2K Sports, Sunday Night Hoops action. Delighted to have all of you with us here tonight. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Tim Legler and Greg Anthony. And our reporter on the sideline tonight, Allie LaForce. The Warriors are looking to end their road trip here with a strong outing.
And this is a team they'll see a lot of. 4 times total this season. The first game went their way. We'll see if they can push it to a 2-0 lead tonight.
Well, a season series can be a barometer for a team's development because for the most part, you're going up against the same group, the same system. So the only variable is your performance from game to game.
And Brown throws it down.
Give it up to Brown. He's so dangerous off the bounce.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Pass to Newell. And the basket by SGA. And when you look at these two teams tonight, GA both have a number of veterans on their rosters.
Well, we hear all the time about how valuable having experienced players can be. And clearly, both of these teams have bought into that philosophy.
Well, that's a tough matchup because he's skilled and relentless.
Some nice passing by Golden State here. Here's SGA. No good. Shot missing. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way.
A menace in transition. I love seeing Brown attacking like that.
And stolen by James. Sweet move. And finished off by LeBron.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
What a great sequence. You've got to love the effort. That's big time. He typically dominates that area of the floor. It just didn't drop.
Brown outside. It's rebounded by Şengün.
Wow, that's embarrassing. Come on, just put the ball in the hole.
When it comes to Jaylen Brown, Greg, what qualities does he add to a team?
Well, I love how active and physical he is. He poses such a difficult challenge on both sides of the ball. With a Finals MVP award to his credit, you know he's as mentally tough as anyone in our league.
Now, here's Nurkic. After LeBron James's miss. Shot clock at 5. Goes back up. And he lays it up and in. James has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And it's SGA missing.
It's a tough stretch for him right now. He may want to find a different way to stay involved.
Here's Nurkic. Nice follow-through on the fadeaway.
And many players shy away from that mid-range shot these days, but Nurkic isn't one of them. He feels good about that shot, and they're fine with him taking it.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. They set the pick. Here's Carrington. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Here's Sharp. Strawther grabs the miss. Warriors trailed by 6 to the inside. Clowney. Carrington, that's good. Carrington's got 5 now.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Outside, Porter. Takes it inside, and he converts the layup.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And it's Carrington missing.
Well, the defense was solid, but usually I expect him to make that layup.
And Sexton slams it in.
And the vertical of Sexton is amazing. At 6'2", he's just capable of hammering it home.
Pass to Malawach. Here's Carrington. There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Sharp. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. There's the pick. Here's Carrington. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Fires the three. A shot, no good. Warriors trailed by 7. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Pass to Malawach. And there's a whistle. That goes on Carlton Carrington. That's his first foul.
Yeah, 3 turnovers so far, and the real issue is the fact that they're unforced, too careless with the basketball.
15 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Sharp. Intercepted. Here's Carrington. Nice D from Sexton. And so it's the Denver Nuggets bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they...
9.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Nuggets?
People say the mid-range shot is dying, but so far in this one, that has not been the case for this team.
And another thing they've done consistently well is attack the paint. They have stayed aggressive under the hoop and gotten high percentage looks.
So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Several teams changing it up here. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Denver. It's a 5-point game. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That will complete this 4-game homestand. And we saw last season the Nuggets, GA, in the final week of the regular season, making a coaching change and a shift in their front office.
A pretty rare situation. Seemed like there'd been a power struggle, and rather than choosing sides, the decision was to just make a fresh start.
Here's Portis. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
Every so often, Tim, you heard the term defensive anchor. What defines one in the way you look at the game?
Well, I think it's that player that's on the back line, protecting the rim, but also able to see the entire floor. That is where your best communicator often resides.
How did you grade your defensive abilities when you played?
I battled, Kevin. You're going to have to kill me to stop me. That's the way I looked at it.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Pass to Sharp. Crafty move. And then Sharp with the dunk.
We've heard the stories about Sharp and how impressive his vertical is. Now we see it on full display.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. It's Brown with the drive.
Hello. I mean, that's what I call a move.
That is some artistry. Greg, you're right. On his way to the basket, he was soaring. Golden State moving the ball around. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, that'll give them something to think about.
Gilgeous Alexander attacking inside. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Hey, guys. Trey Murphy didn't dunk in a game until he was a high school senior. Crazy to think now with the length and the leaping ability he has. He said back then there were times where I'd have doubt or be a little stressed about my future. If I said I knew I'd end up here, I have been lying to you. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Allie.
Well, it's been SGA's night, whether it's in the half court or out in transition.
Here's Finney Smith. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And the Nuggets lead by 5.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
Here's SGA. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
There are few players in this league who attack with that kind of skill and tenacity that SGA possesses.
Brown on the drive. And then Brown with the dunk.
It's almost hard to believe that somebody can throw it down like that.
It's a small club, right, Greg? I mean, it's a pretty small club, that's
very
for sure.
Exclusive.
He can really rise up.
Yeah, the defense had no answer for that.
Here's De Silva. Here's Şengün. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Şengün's got 4 points now in the quarter.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Love that look there, locating his teammate and creating an easy basket.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Warriors trail by 5. Going inside. Here's De Silva. Still without a basket.
Go into the rack with energy and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Well, defensively, you can't allow that in a game this close.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. When LeBron's playing days are over, and GA, who knows when that'll be, what will you remember most about his play?
You know, I don't think there's ever been a player who came into the league with such lofty expectations and not only met those expectations, but fair to say, he's exceeded them.
Carrington, that's good.
Those are the ones you're happy to get every trip down the floor if you can.
Here's LeBron. Malawatch grabs the miss. The Warriors trailing. A minute 20 left in the second quarter.
Interior passing is so difficult if you aren't precise. They were right there. Nice work.
Now LeBron. What a thing of beauty from James.
And what an explosive finisher LeBron is, rocking the rim whenever he goes up like that.
Pass to Clowney. There's 45 seconds left here in the second. Malawatch, no good. Now here's James. 10 points for him. Here's Carrington. Down it goes. That's 4 made from the field. He's 4 of 8.
That's just a smart play right there. The right pass to a ready shooter.
Outside, Sexton. Traps in the tray. Sexton's got 5 points so far.
And it's important Sexton makes those. The more he hits from outside, the more the floor will open up.
Back to Carrington. Over Sexton. A putback. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And that'll do it for the first half of competitive game so far. Nuggets lead by 1. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. SGA with the ball. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
First team foul. Now to the line for Denver, number 7.
Pass to Newell. Back to SGA. Gilgeous-Alexander so quick off the floor.
Yeah, defensively, it's a tough cover on SGA because he knows how to run the two-man game.
Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. Oh, he really broke up that. Transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. And Greg, you might not be surprised to hear this, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander comes from a family of athletes.
Yeah, I mean, his mother was a sprinter in the 400 meters representing Antigua and Bermuda in the 92 Summer Games in Barcelona. Impressive.
LeBron James on the wing. Lets it go with a three. The shot's good. Brown making the play. James has got 13 points.
LeBron won't hesitate if he finds a spot he likes behind the arc.
Here's SGA. Denver grabs the miss. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. And it's James missing. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. 16 points for him.
That's a cold start out of the break. Only one of his first 4 has he gotten to go.
James in the post. He's got 13. De Silva with the rebound. Double team on Gilgeous-Alexander. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. And another miss by Denver.
Well, it certainly hasn't been a smooth start after the break. Just 1 for 5 here to start the third.
And stolen by James. Jumps up. It's Brown capping off the break.
Great defensive awareness from LeBron. Sees his opening and capitalizes for a fast break.
Back to SGA. Beyond the arc. That one doesn't drop.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
That's playing to his strengths, getting to the rim and extending his team's lead.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. SGA, good.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
So, Tim, and I can see it in my mind's eye, you won that three-point contest back in '96. What's the key to success in that event in particular?
Oh, yeah, what a great night. And I think, Kevin, there's a few things. First, I just think you've got to have a short, compact release, because then you're not going to rush at the end to make sure you get all 25 balls up. But I also think part of it, for me, I got to shoot first after the warm-up introductions because I was still loose. I didn't have to sit there for 20 or 30 minutes during commercial breaks. I think that helped me win the title that night.
A little strategy. 6 to shoot. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. And you watch Bub Carrington, you know, Tim, for a young player, he has got a real feel for this game.
Yeah, Kevin, he quickly processes things out there. He's got great anticipation at both ends. And I'll tell you what, he's just getting started.
Here's Sharp. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Here's Carrington. It's rebounded by Portis. The Nuggets leading. Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
He just jumps so fast. I mean, give Porter a chance to dunk, and he doesn't think twice about it.
They set the pick. Launches it. And Trey Murphy gets the 3. 6 points for him.
If he gets that kind of space on the perimeter, you know it's going on. Unreal.
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever. Able to do things most others can't.
And it's in there. Malawad just got his second bucket of the night.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
The shot by Sharp. Nobody around. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Now Carrington. He's got 12. And it's Finney Smith with the rebound. 54 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Malawad. And that one is hammered home.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
And then the thunderous dunk. Oh, man!
And good quickness there. Sharp, exciting to watch when he's in attack mode.
And stolen by Sharp. By himself. And then Sharp with the dunk. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. "16 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Sharp.
Talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly. Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. SGA with the steal. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Nuggets ahead. They're up by 3. And 3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. The Nuggets lead by 3. Now, here's Sharp. And we've got a timeout from David Adelman. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately. Big group substitution here for Denver. And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear what the Nuggets head coach was saying to his team. He pleaded with his guys to keep their emotions in check, saying, "You're battling right now. Continue to play smart. Don't try to be a hero out there. Play for one another." Guys, let's see what happens.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's on Jaylen Brown. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Nuggets.
Look out!
Oh, filling it up. James doing it all.
Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And sometimes as a point guard, you gotta take things into your own hands.
Yeah, right. It's okay to be selfish when you have a chance like that.
Well, that's an explosive move right there, and it was perfectly timed.
Man, LeBron James, the king, can still fly.
Pass to Newell. Here's De Silva. Guarded by Porter. Here's Brown. And then Brown with the dunk.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
What a great sequence. You've got to love the effort. That's big time.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Here's James. LeBron playing like a big man inside.
And nice. Touch from the inside. I'm a fan of when LeBron just burrows his way inside and takes advantage.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. And that's a foul called on Colin Sexton. That's foul number 2 for him. So it's the Warriors now. They trail by 6. And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. And that timeout by coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here.
Number 25. Number 25.
Nuggets on D. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Can't hit from in close. The Nuggets leading by 6. And a wide open look for Porter. Good, and the assist goes to James.
And a smooth shooting stroke off the catch. Porter clearly excels in those situations.
And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. A three-pointer off the mark. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Fantastic job inside by Gilgeous-Alexander.
The classic combo guard. Gilgeous-Alexander is effective in the two-man game, especially on that first option, taking it himself.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for LeBron.
The feel LeBron has for the game, unreal. Whatever situation he finds himself in, he always seems to have an answer.
Yeah, count it.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
And that confidence has carried over to tonight. He is playing great basketball.
James in the post. And he banks the layup in.
And another bucket for him. What a quarter he has had.
SGA surveying the defense. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
He gets it to go. Hey, Tim, what are some of the keys to sticking around for role players fighting to remain at the NBA level?
Well, if you are a role player in this league, you need to understand you need to work at everything, but be exceptional at something. And I think that's the key. Growing up, all of these guys were stars. Now you've got to fit in and understand on a given night what your role is.
And your thing, your sensational aspect was your three-point shooting.
You've got to do it better than anybody else, Kevin. It's got to be at an elite level because there are guys out there waiting to take your job.
And you were elite. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Up again. Porter pulls it down. 1:30 left in the game. James. Oh, and he cannot get the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander. No good. Had a chance to end the run right there. Sexton deciding where to go with it. So, Tim, when you played, you were one of the league's best sharpshooters. Did you ever look around and pick things up off of other guys you watched shoot the ball well?
No question. In fact, I learned a lot about how to move off the ball by watching other guys as I made my way through college and eventually became a pro. And even when I was in the league, I would study other players to pick up things on their footwork and how to get my release a little bit quicker.
Give me one player that you really studied hard.
Well, there's no question Del Curry was a guy I watched because he needed very little time to get that shot off, coming off of a screen. And unfortunately, several times I got there late against him and learned my lesson.
Now Porter. Outside, James. Shot clock at 6.
And such a physical player inside. LeBron doesn't fear contact on the way up.
First free throw is good. And both free throws good for LeBron. And it's the Warriors' ball. It's a 16-point game. And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go.
There's just no way to stay in front of Gilgeous-Alexander. The only way you can try to stop him is to foul him.
Second free throw, no good. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. James outside. Knocks down the three.
Gilgeous-Alexander.
And so it's Denver taking care of business in this. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this...
Behind hustle.